Makeup. People love this stuff. It is a massive industry with endless new products and trends. But do you ever think about the makeup of times gone by? Welcome to Behind the Beauty. Today we're exploring the glamorous world of 1920s makeup. When I think 1920s, I think flapper haircuts and those glasses that are like squashed champagne glasses. But what exactly was the makeup look of the decade? Here comes a cool animation. The 1920s was all about being bold. Before the 20s, it wasn't socially acceptable for women to wear makeup at all. Apparently, visible makeup was associated with promiscuity. Ugh. So along came the roaring 20s, and the previous generation was shook. World War I was over, and women finally got the right to vote. The war had given women a taste of what it was like to work, since a lot of the men went away to fight, and it seemed they didn't want to give up their newfound independence. Before the 20s, makeup was actually pretty difficult to put on. The 20s saw a lot of development in new cosmetics and ways to apply them. Movies also became a thing. Women were inspired by silent movie stars like Joan Crawford, and they wanted to imitate their glamorous Hollywood looks. So let's take a look at exactly what they put on their faces. All right, let's start with these weird looking eyebrows. This brow look started with silent film stars wearing their eyebrows super thin because they thought it made them look more expressive. Women then started following the trend. Eyebrow pencils became very popular in the 20s. For the eyes, kohl eyeliner was common. But to be fair, that's nothing new. What was new was modern day mascara. It had just been invented in 1913 by T.L. Williams. Williams called his product Maybelline. Have you heard of it? And why did he call it that? It is a combo of Vaseline and his sister Mabel. So Maybelline sold cake mascara, which you mix with water before applying. But mascara wands weren't around yet, so women painted the mascara on with this thing that kind of looks like a toothbrush. Seems pretty messy to me. Back in the 20s, women wore blush in circles on their cheeks. It was actually called rouge, and the popular colors were red and, believe it or not, orange. Lipstick was a huge part of the 1920s look. The lipstick tube that we know and love was invented in 1915 and totally changed the game. It made lipstick portable, and it became so popular that even touching up at the dinner table was acceptable. How daring! So women preferred the Cupid's bow shape when applying lipstick. The upper and lower lip were overdrawn, and the Cupid's bow was dramatic. One of the weirdest products of the decade were lip stencils that women used to get the perfect shape. Let's talk to the owner and founder of Besame Cosmetics, an LA-based brand that makes vintage-inspired luxury makeup. So what made you want to start a vintage makeup company?
I found a lot of the antiques that my grandmother had left me, and I really admired how they did their makeup.
What do you sell in your store that is 1920s inspired?
The cake mascara is definitely inspired by that era. Our rouge is also based in that era.
Where do you see the 1920s influence still around today?
The mouth shape, some people are actually doing.
Overlining their lips.
Overlining the lips.
They definitely do that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop with the history lesson. I'm gonna get made up with a 1920s look, and then we're gonna recreate 3 iconic photos from the time. I'm so excited.
This is one of my favorite looks. It's very classic and accurate to the time period.
I both love this look and think it looks crazy. We are now gonna go and find out what my co-workers think of this.
Are you Chloe?
Yes!
What the?
I didn't want to say anything in case my voice gave it away. Hello.
I wouldn't have recognized you. If I hadn't heard your voice, I don't think I would have recognized you.
What's happening? Your eyebrows are gone.
That's
Yeah.
I've always wondered why they love the thin eyebrows. I love my thick eyebrows.
They're authentic to that time. Like, it feels like it works with the ensemble.
Also look maybe like 10 years older than you actually are.
You look like you jumped out of like a picture from the 1920s. When you walked in, I was literally like,
Is she okay? You just looked really pale.
I like the definition of the lip.
I do love how over the top everything was. I love that there was always just a lot of accessories.
Can you do a flapper dance? Can you do the dance?
Everyone keeps asking me that. I don't know what it is. No, I don't know what I'm doing. What?
We really want to put this look to the test. So we found 3 1920s beauty icons and we're going to try to recreate their photos. Oh my god, what a day. This was so much fun. Overall, I think this look is actually really cool, and I think that you could bring different parts of it into like modern day life, especially the lips. Things I do not like, the eyebrows. I would never pluck my eyebrows off and draw them on as thin little lines, like I just can't handle it. But what did you like about it? Also, what decade do you want us to tackle next?